Hey everybody, it's Diane Armitage at Best of Laguna Beach, and welcome back. I began writing about all of the Best of Laguna Beach way back in 2007, and my website, bestoflagunabeach.com, has literally thousands and thousands of articles of all of my favorite things and biggest recommendations. You can also find me on all of the social platforms at Best of Laguna Beach and join the thousands and thousands of people who love Laguna Beach just like I do. And of course, I would love to have you like and subscribe here. Now, while I cover all sorts of the best of Laguna Beach, I'll be talking about events and all kinds of things. I'm particularly well known for my restaurant and chef coverage of the approximate 160 restaurants and eateries in our little town of Laguna Beach. We have a collection of some of the most amazing, finest chefs in the world, literally from all points of the world. And I love to let the world know more about these people and their amazing skills. And boy, do I have a lot to catch you up on this week. Oh my God, as many of you know, I've been flitting between Oregon and Laguna Beach this last year as I've been setting up this investment house in beautiful wine country, Willamette Valley, Oregon. And yes, if you're interested in exploring and staying in a great place as you explore, you know who to call, right? So it was my goal a year ago to be back full time in Laguna Beach before my birthday, and I arrived exactly a half day before my birthday on Saturday. My birthday was on Sunday. And oh my gosh, in just the month that I was away in Oregon, finally figuring out the last of the details of that house, all sorts of things have changed down here. So I'm going to give you a quick overview and then I'll send you to a couple other more detailed reports, okay? So let's cover the bad news first. As you know from the last video I sent out a month ago, the stand Natural Foods has indeed closed as there were no buyers to take over the business. The stand became its own entity in 1975, 48 years ago, and was purchased most recently by one of its former high school employees, Elizabeth, in 2015. Now, citing a combination of ongoing rent raises and food price escalations, Elizabeth had to call it quits. Now, this is a sad state of affairs, as I was just talking with my good friend and lead concierge at the Surf and Sand Resort, Allie, and she told me the other night that what this town needs most is a great vegan vegetarian restaurant. No slight to Zink's, which is fabulous vegetarian food, and a place I just visited this morning. And yes, we have Jan's Health Foods in Boat Canyon. We have other great vegetarian restaurants in this town. We have all kinds of vegetarian entrees and vegan entrees at most of our restaurants, pretty much all of our restaurants. But what a loss to see the stand go away. Coupled with that was this week's Monday surprise announcement, that Shi Go, our longtime resident favorite go-to sushi place, is closing this Saturday permanently. After 32 years, our friends have called it quits here in Laguna and are consolidating in their other location in Newport Beach. Now, I have a separate story on that at my website, bestoflagunabeach.com. Got a little video of it at 2. But what a sad day to see those people leave. And we've only got until Saturday night to say goodbye to them. Then, of course, in just 2 weeks, we lose Gonzo and Taco Loco. He set up shop here in Laguna Beach in 1987, 36 years ago, in one location. Taco Loco has always been an innovator in this town, even innovating the late night hours that most restaurateurs shrink away from, right? I could assure you that I found Taco Loco more than once as a crowning salvation after a particularly long night somewhere else in Laguna Beach or somewhere else as I deadheaded back to Laguna Beach. Now, if you know Laguna Beach locals, you know that we take these losses hard. So I'm moving on next to talk about what's coming into Laguna Beach, but I'll tell you, we mourn these iconic losses for years. Case in point, people here still talk about the glorious days of Javier's when it resided across from Wyland's Gallery in our restaurant row. Now, Javier's closed on New Year's Eve 2007, 16 years, and we still mourn its loss. The same restaurant space has seen 3 restaurants since Javier's. Asada's short-lived time there, and thank you, Scott McIntosh, for returning with Asada in Boat Canyon a few years later. Then Tortilla Republic, then a very short-lived Fishbone, which basically closed when COVID closed the world because they were Canadians and they couldn't get back into this town. So since then, that beautiful, immaculate space has remained empty until now. Pinifini is moving in, and this restaurant owner means business. He has, after all, bought the entire building. That is a different mindset. Pinifini's concept is based on the primary food regions of Greece. So our owner and his chefs are pulling the best of the best from each region. You can read more about that at my website, bestoflagunabeach.com. Now, Pinifini plans to open in mid-November. Prior to that, Ivan Spears will be opening his renovated concept at the old Laguna Fish Company restaurant, under Skyloft in the Heisler building. Now, I say old, but Laguna Fish Company actually opened just 7 months ago. Ivan, though, he is a significant businessman. Either it works or it doesn't work. Either it works or it doesn't work. This time, he decided to shift the entire brand and concept to something new altogether. He's calling it Bodega Laguna. He's dropping the former counter service concept for full service, meaning people who are waiting on you. And he's brought in chefs to develop an entirely new menu centered around fresh fish, seafood, and authentic Mexican cuisine. You can read more about that at mybestoflagunabeach.com, or you can see the video that I've done about that as well here at my YouTube station. Also, I've had many of you contact me about Nick's, also in Restaurant Row and fabulously popular. Folks, don't freak out. They're just cleaning up the space and replacing their old kitchen equipment. I mean, these guys landed in Laguna Beach in the fall of 2008. That's 15 years of nonstop cooking and grilling. Their restaurant lines have never stopped. So it's time to update and give the interior a facelift and give the kitchen a whole new look. No worries, they're not going anywhere. They'll be back in play in October. And you can always visit their south of Nick's location, which is just a few doors down and up, right? While you hanker away for Nick's asparagus fries. I love those fries. Then there's Tango in downtown Laguna Beach on Forest. Now, as of this video publication, I haven't gotten a soft opening date out of our popular Argentinian chef, but Chef Leo tells me that he and the team have come up with a super cool art painting contest for their own front-facing wall to the public and the Tango entrance. Now, these folks have a love for all things art, clearly. I mean, he's lived in Laguna Beach for years, and he's a super creative chef. And, chefs are artists, but they're offering $2,500 to $4,000 in compensation to the visionary who captures the heart and soul of their culinary Tango haven. So check out my social media, Best of Laguna Beach, and my website, bestoflagunabeach.com, for information on how to apply for that. You want to get in quickly. If you want to be the artist who is the featured artist on the front of the Tango residence, right? So that's just the closures and the openings. I have more to tell you about Red Dragon. Awesome. And I've managed to unfold a couple other restaurants in my first full week back. But for now, move on to my other entries here, and please like this video and subscribe to this channel. And please come and visit us here in Laguna Beach. Ask me questions about where to go and what to do, because I really want you to have the best experience ever when you visit and enjoy the culinary world of Laguna Beach. I'll see you in the next video.